Good morning from Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. We're located at 5109 Liberty Highway, Pendleton, South Carolina. Today is August the 16th, 2023. The weather outside is 87 degrees with a 6% chance of rain. It's a beautiful day. So we hope you are watching us so you can enjoy the show with us. And I have some wonderful guests and some of my best friends. We're going to talk about them just here in a minute. Our shout outs go to Jane, Josh, Heather, Carter, Blaine, Hampton, Hudson, Grant, Syl, Heidi, Charlie, Harper, and Always Lovin' Martin. Here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, we have music lessons all week. We teach fiddle, classical fiddle, mandolin, bass, guitar, banjo, and anything with a string on it, we'll teach it. We have the best instructors in the upstate, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree to that. I'm trying to get my, we have the best instructor. One of them's here today doing lessons, and Mr. Gary Bell teaches banjo and guitar, and whatever has a string on it, I'm sure Mr. Bell can teach you that as well. So anyway, we got him here today. And we're here in the upstate. For more information, call me, Don, at 864-376-1482. And I'll be happy to help you answer questions or whatever you might want to know about Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, music lessons, what have you. Weather, if you're having problems, need a little counseling, call me. We'll go work through that as well. Okay, our sponsor today is Granger Nissan of Anderson. For information on new cars, service, used cars, and all your automotive needs, call Granger Nissan at 864-328-1188. That's 864-328-1188. Ask for Roger and tell him that Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass sent you, and he'll might give you a deal. Anyway. They are the best in the business, in my opinion. Of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but that's my opinion because they have their service department's great. People that work there are wonderful people. Again, we're located at 5109 Liberty Highway in Pendleton, South Carolina, or Anderson. You can plug in South Carolina and it'll get you here. My phone number is 864-376-1482. So if you have any needs, just give me a call. You can also follow us on our social media pages, YouTube, Facebook under Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, and Instagram under BG Bluegrass. And you'll catch up with everything we're doing here at the store. My daughter, Heather, who's our producer, she's back there on the cameras and the sound and everything else. She helps us out tremendously with the show every week. And her husband just had surgery, and we need to remember him for his surgery. We now sell pork rinds, $7, plain, hot and spicy, salt and vinegar, smoky, bacon, barbecue. We also sell hats. I got one on here today. Hats, shirts, mugs, and we also sell a variety of instruments, fiddles, mandolins, banjos, guitars, pretty much anything with a string on it. I usually have it here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. So if you're interested in buying an instrument, you can call me 864-376-1482, and we'll make sure we set you up with the right instrument and the right instructor. Okay, we got some good news coming up here. La Terza Classe, and they're from Italy. It's a bluegrass band from Italy. They were here several years back. They didn't come in a few years after the pandemic, but they'll be here this year on Friday, November 10th, 2023. So we have tickets on sale now. So if you want tickets for La Terza Classe on November 10th, 2023, the show will be from 7 to 9. Tickets are $25 and $30 at the door. So, get your tickets for La Terza Classe, and I'm sure it'll be a sold-out crowd, so get your tickets as soon as you can. To get your tickets, you can call me 864-376-1482. 2 is our number here. Anyway, our guest today is Calen and his fiancee, Miss Abigail. He is the owner of Raineytown Bluegrass in Star, South Carolina. Star, South Carolina is south of here. And I always tell people I can't tell you how to get there because every time I've been down there I get lost. But really it's easy. But I get backwards, I guess. I'm not good on driving directions, but I'm good on flying directions. So they will be getting married soon and reside on the family farm in Star. And Calen and Abigail work on the family farm where they raise Black Angus cows. And today we'll be doing some bluegrass tunes for you out there. So hope you enjoy the tunes. I want to welcome to the show Calen and Miss Abigail. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Did he get you up early this morning?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. You didn't even know you were coming.
No, I didn't.
Till he woke her up. Hey, Abigail, we got to go to the show. Okay, Miss Abigail, I'm going to ask you some questions that you should be able to answer because you're Abigail. And by the way, folks out there, you talk about a voice and a singer. This girl is the best. I kid around on Saturdays. I said, I want you to sign this contract with me so when you get big, I can be your manager. Just joking around because I'm sure that she'll have some good managers when she hits the road. Anyway, Abigail, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you were born, your parents, how you got into music, and all other stuff.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Greenville, and we lived in Powdersville until I was around 4 years old, and then we moved over here to Liberty. And then when I was around, again, 4 or 5, I started theater. So we started theater in Anderson at the Alverson Center Theater. It's not there anymore. It's now, I think, Grace Church.
Yeah.
But they still have like the original ticket booth and the marquee still up specifically for us. So we can pass by and see it. And they keep it lit up all the time and make sure everything's still working. Yeah. And I was doing theater from around 4 to, I think, 16. And I met him at one of the shows that we were doing. We were doing a 4th of July show, and he had to play the banjo for a song that I had to sing. And I didn't know who he was, and I was like, well, you're my banjo player now. And then we started dating, and I came here, and then I was like, well, this is the world of bluegrass, and I want to be in it. So that's how I got here, and how I started playing that right there.
Yeah, she plays the mandolin, and she does a good job. And you're going to hear her play here in just a few minutes. So what interested you when you were young into theater and music?
My mom used to walk around the house and sing all the time, and she would play music in the car since I was a baby, and usually it was like, Christian gospel music. And so she would sit there, and she said one day in the back seat as like just an itty bitty baby, I just started to sing with the music. And so I guess music's always kind of been run through my veins. But we started, I don't remember how Mom found it, but there was a show happening at ACT, and it was called Annie. And if you don't know what Annie is, it's a bunch of orphan little girls, and the woman that watches them just hates them. Hates all the little girls, hates everything. And there's this one specific orphan named Annie that gets adopted by a wealthy man. And she's just so mad about that, and she tries to get her back, and it doesn't work out for her. But he had like 100 of us little girls in that show, and I was one of them, and I became one of his favorites. And they nicknamed me, because, the orphans usually didn't have any names because they didn't have any speaking parts. But they nicknamed every single orphan to make sure they felt like they were important. And they nicknamed me Sophie, and they still call me that today.
Oh, really?
They still call me Sophie, yeah. So
now was Robert Albertson doing those theaters then? Yeah, because I did a couple there with Rob.
Yeah.
At the ACT when he had it.
Yeah. He's still doing them. The show that we're in now is him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rob's a producer of that show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was still in the business.
Yeah, I didn't either. But he called me, and he was like, hey, I got a part for you to be. And I was like, okay. So I just kind of go wherever he tells me to go. And
Yeah.
I'm there.
So you'll start rehearsing pretty soon?
We are rehearsing currently.
Oh, are you?
It's going to be at the Oconee Community Theater called 110 in the Shade.
110 in the shade.
Which is what it feels like today.
Yeah,
hot.
yeah, it's hot out there today. Yeah, that's for sure. Tell us a little bit about Calen and how you guys met, and how it developed, and how he has helped you with your musical career, and tell me all that stuff.
Well, we met at the Star Spangled Spectacular at Green Pond, which Green Pond's up by him, kind of halfway between Pyramid Dairy and his house. And I didn't know who he was, and Rob told me, I need you to play a country song that's kind of patriotic, kind of something. I couldn't find a song that was patriotic. I ended up singing a song about hating being a country girl in music.
Yeah.
And I met up with him at his house, didn't know it was his house, and practiced maybe, 2 or 3 times with y'all, you and James. And then we decided, well, all right, here's the show, we got to do this. And we did the show, and he got my Snapchat. And he was like, hey, I want to talk to you more about music, whatever. And that was his way of saying, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Not about music. But he got my Snapchat, and we started talking, and he came and picked me up because our car was broke down, couldn't go anywhere. He came and picked me up and brought him to his Thursday night jams. And after that, we decided that we were going to start dating. And then he brought me to Breazeale's. And that was kind of a scary experience for me because here I am. I had just picked up guitar, didn't know how to play. And he's like, get in the circle. And I'm like, no, don't put me in the circle. There's a lot of good musicians here. I don't want to be put in the spotlight where I don't know how to play. And he was like, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. And then Don was teasing me about, you have to sing every time the mic gets passed to you. And I didn't know any bluegrass. Yeah. I was like, I don't know any bluegrass. I know this one country song that I had to sing for the show, and nobody here likes country. I was I don't want to sing that. But I've been coming to Breazeale's ever since. Yeah. And I've learned a lot of bluegrass now.
Yeah.
And I go wherever he goes, and we play at a lot of different places. And I think people from Georgia to North Carolina know my name currently, and I'm not sure how.
And Nashville.
And Nashville, yeah. Some people in Nashville.
Yeah. Tell us about when you got on stage with Rhonda Vincent, who those of you out there don't know Rhonda Vincent. She's the queen of bluegrass music. Travels around in her big old bus and does concerts all year long. And they had a festival, Little Roy and Lizzie Festival, down at the old home place in Georgia. And she was one of the performers there. And they have like a little session before the performers get up where people come up and play. And tell us about how Rhonda got on stage with you that day.
Ooh, okay. Calen had told me the week before, he said, you are going to get up on stage when they do that little jam before, the open mic. And I was like, no, because I knew that the person I look up to in bluegrass music is going to be there. I was like, I don't want to get up stage knowing that her bus is even in the area. I was like, I'm good. I'll just sit and watch everybody else do it. And he's like, no, you're going to do it. And I forgot about it. And Friday is the day we went. Thursday, he reminded me. I had forgotten about it. Thursday, him and James were like, all right, you're going to do open mic tomorrow, right? And I was like, huh? What? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. And they were like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You will, whatever. So I agreed. Come Friday, they didn't tell me when open mic was. So I'm thinking when I get there, I can relax. I have all day to worry about this. And as soon as we got there, I think we got there at 10:38?
10:30, 10:40.
Something like that. And open mic started at 11. Mm-hmm. So we got there, and Kalen's like, we got to figure out when open mic is. I was like, we have all day to figure that out. Why are you stressing out about it? He said, open mic starts at 11. I had no time to prepare, to mentally prepare myself that I was about to get on stage and sing in front of a bunch of people that I haven't sang in front of before. And we went over to the lady, and the lady was really nice, and she's like, oh, just let me know who you are, what you're playing, whatever. And so we went back there, and I asked her, I said, is it gonna become a problem if I sing a Rhonda Vincent song? I said, because I know she's here and I don't want to get copyrighted.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I don't know, ask Rhonda, she's right there. And she was right there on stage next to me. I didn't realize it. And so here we go. I waddle over to her and I'm like, hey, is it okay if I sing one of your songs? And she's like, oh, what song are you going to sing? And I was like, Kentucky Borderline. And she was like, oh, yeah, sure, I don't mind, whatever. I'll be sure to listen. And that was scary enough.
Yeah.
Like, that already had me sitting
Yeah.
there shaking like this. I was like, okay. And she, went off stage, did whatever she had to do. And here comes open mic. And we're in line, and there's like 2 people before me. Richard, that comes here, was before us. He was there to play his fiddle.
Who was?
Richard.
Oh, yeah, Richard Pruitt. Yeah, yeah.
And he was before us, and right after him, we went on stage. And here I am, just a shake, and I'm up there with Little Roy and his mandolin player and his bass player, and
Rhonda Vincent's nowhere in sight.
nowhere in sight.
Yeah.
She was way back off in the distance, over by her bus with her, her musicians.
Yeah.
And so I was like, she's not here. Great, I can relax. I get up on stage. Calen's kicked it off. Everybody else followed in, and I'm sitting there playing the guitar. We had just started, and I saw a flash of yellow behind me, and I went, what is that? And I turned to look at it, and I saw her face, and she smiled at me, and I was like, oh crap. Now I've got to do excellent, because if I don't sing her song correctly, if I don't get the words correctly, she's going to know.
Yeah.
It's her song.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I played, and she sang harmony with me, and it was the best I've ever heard that song played.
Yeah.
Was when me and her did it. And a lot of people took pictures. Nobody got a video because you weren't allowed to video.
Yeah.
You just weren't. And I don't understand why we weren't allowed to record. But I really wish somebody had gotten a recording of that, because that was like the moment of a lifetime, and I only have pictures to prove that it happened.
And the reason why those venues don't want you to video is because people video, and then they'll go back and edit it, and then they'll sell it. Mm-hmm. So that's illegal to do.
Yeah.
But there's unfortunately people that do that. So, but anyway, I was in the audience. And when she started singing that Kentucky Borderline, when she got to that real high part, I wish I would have had a camera take Rhonda Vincent's picture. She was just, when she started, she was like this. She was almost speechless, because we're going to play it for you today. Her voice, and it's just phenomenal. And Rhonda picked up on that. This girl is good, So maybe we go to Nashville this year. She'll be there, and we can make that happen again. Mm-hmm. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. Music is a lot of fun. It's if you have any ailments, if you have mental problems, you're sick, pick up an instrument and it'll heal you. Mm-hmm. I promise you it will. And Mr. Bell over here helps us do that with a lot of students here. Music's a lot of healing to music. You can sit there and play it by yourself in a room, or you can play it with groups of people. Mm-hmm. Since then, she has gotten very good on instruments and vocals, and she does quite a few songs that I really like. But Kentucky Borderline, my favorite that she does. We're going to do it for you here in just a minute. So go ahead and finish the story.
I remember she told me that I did a really good job, and she patted me on the shoulder, and she was like, that was great, and then she went off stage, and I was just like, and I could cry, and people were running up to me going, here, take the I got photos of you and her, I got photos, and I was like, I felt like a celebrity, because I got all these people running up to me, just telling me, you did so great, did you know that was going to happen? And I'm like, no, what do you mean did I know that was going to happen? No. She said she would listen to it.
Yeah.
That was scary enough.
Yeah.
But I went the whole day with people coming up to me all day long and just going, that was awesome, man. Did you know? And
I mean, you were on stage with the Queen of Bluegrass. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
That's a moment I will never forget. And it's really pushed me to get better at music.
To get better at music,
be at her level.
Yeah.
Well, also Hunter Berry, the original fiddle player for it, was up there with us playing his fiddle practice.
Yeah, they had a great backup band. Hunter Berry, with Little Roy up there, he was playing. And they had an excellent bass player. They had all the first-class musicians up there on stage, and that makes a difference when you have kind of a backup group like that. That can make you really sound much better with a good group like that. Okay. Anything else you want to add to that?
I love Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass.
Yes. Yeah. Her and Calen come. They're just here about every Saturday when they can. And they add so much to our Saturday night picking here at Breazeale Grocery Bluegrass. It's unbelievable. And I appreciate both of you more than you'll ever know. And they're getting married pretty soon. And I'm going to the wedding. I'm going to be the what?
You're a groomsman.
I'm a groomsman. He asked me to be a groomsman. I was honored to be able to do that for Calen and Abigail. I can't wait. I'm going to be excited. I'll probably do a little crying too, so, you know, 'cause I'm a sentimental
We'll
guy.
have you a handkerchief.
Yeah, give me a handkerchief ready. I'm a sentimental guy. Okay, we have about 10 minutes or so left. Yeah, we got about 10 minutes, so we're going to stand up here and do a couple of songs for you. And the cameramen back there might want to zoom out a little bit, but we're going to do a couple of tunes for you here. So stand by.
Move this out of the way.
That's just a little intro picking there for you folks.
What are we doing first, Kentucky Borderline?
What are we doing first, Don? What are we doing first?
Kentucky Borderline.
Okay, the answer is yes.
Oh, we got a capo up for that one. I got to find me a capo.
Do I have a capo over here?
If I came up here unprepared, I don't have a capo. We got to pay that in B. So we got a capo way up here. Yeah. Thank you, Abigail. She got me a capo.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man.
Ready?
Oh,
Down one.
oh,
B.
my bad. On the wrong fret there. Okay, now. Yeah, much better. Okay, here we go.
Something wrong with me now.
In the pouring rain, moving through the darkness like a hurricane from
you folks out there. Thank you folks out there. Wonderful job. Good job. I love that song. I love it. And someday she'll have her own album with a different version of that because you can't copyright. Now we're going to do a song called Ground Speed. Calen does this on the banjo. It's a banjo tune. Does a good job on the banjo. So we're going to do a little ground speed here for you. And then we have, how much time we have left? About 3 minutes, so we can get through this one. Okay, kick her off here. Speed, Mr. Calen Rainey on the banjo, and does a fine job on that. I don't know if we have enough time for one more, do we, Sissy? Huh? Oh, she said sure. So we'll what do you want to do real quick? Another instrumental?
Or do you want to sing something short when I off the light?
You want to sing something, Don?
Yeah, you ain't singing nothing. You sing something.
I'll do a short version of...
She can sing harmony with you.
Yeah, Blue Ridge Cabin Home. Yeah, we'll do a little short version of Blue Ridge Cabin Home. Okay. There's a well we have on this old mountainside where I wandered when I was where I wandered on to the place I call in those blue red hills far away. Oh, I love those hills, Lord Virginia, and those blue red hills I did love. When I die, won't bury me on the mountain just far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home. Now my dog wanders back to that old Jack Jack, those blue red hill I did roll. When I die, won't bury me on those mountainside, break my red red hills so high. Oh, I love those hills, Virginia, and those blue red hills I did roll. When I die, won't bury me on the mountain, just far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home. Yes, far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home. Thank you, folks. We hope you enjoyed the show today. Come back and see us next week, next Wednesday, 11 a.m. for our 30-minute broadcast. See you, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.